Well, hello everyone. It's Hex again. I've got something pretty cool for you. These are flying machine doors. Flying machine doors. So this is an idea that I've had for quite a while, and I haven't seen anyone make something quite like it before. So let me show you what's going on here. Here we have a bookshelf, and ooh, an inconspicuous button. Let's push it. And all of a sudden the door just slides back, and inside is a secret room, possibly a secret doorway. Pretty cool. And then you can press this button and close the door back up. Pretty cool. Open the door. You can also close it from the outside. Pretty sweet. Kind of has a T flip-flop thing going on there without a T flip-flop, which is nice. Here's another one. Check this out. Oh, look, a stone wall. A slightly less conspicuous button. Let's push it. Oh, look at that. That is a sweet looking door. Then you can walk on in and then have a secret entrance into somewhere. Pretty cool. So what the heck is going on here? Well, let me show you. Let me show you what's going on. Let me close the door up again. What we have here, this is probably the best one to look at. What we have here is we have a flying machine activating this system. So I'm going to put a button right here just to show you so I can, oh, there's already one there. If I press this, you'll be able to see the flying machine, and it's pulling the door back. So here's our flying machine, and it's basically pulling the door back. And then when we push it again, closes the door up. These are some ghost blocks, by the way. So yeah, so this thing has some advantages and disadvantages. As you can see, the advantages, you can do an odd shape. A couple disadvantages, it's kind of deep this way, but it does make it so that you can have just a one wide wall right here. And it kind of has a really cool opening sequence, which I really like. So it's kind of a different take on the door. I think that piston doors have been done to death on Minecraft, and that's why I don't really do them that much. But I think that this is a unique take on the piston door. So yeah, I think they look pretty cool. Anyway, let's take a look at how to build one. So here's one right here. It's got all of the trappings stripped away from it, except for I just put like a portal so you can see where the door goes. The orange is actually the door part. And then right here we have some blocks of slime right there, some slime blocks. And then here's our flying machine. And then all of this purple and these two rows of observers are just to activate the flying machine. So if you push this button, it's going to go ahead and activate this red line, which is going to update this block and move the flying machine back like so. It's going to pull the door back, and then when I press it again, flying machine moves forward. Now, another cool thing about this flying machine is this is sort of like the minimum distance that it can go without there being major hiccups, but it could go pretty far. So like if you wanted to have like a large cavern, this thing could seriously like go pretty far back. Of course, it's going to take a while to open, and then to close, then it's going to take a very long time to close because it's got to go all the way back the other direction. But that's the basic idea of it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you could have it come back a few more blocks if you wanted to, just to have the door even further out of the way. First of all, you want to have your opening. If we're going to do the square opening, like I have right there, then I'm just going to go up a few, and then you're going to go, I'll go up one more, and then you're going to make your square opening. All right. And then as I'm working on this, you can kind of see the dimensions. Okay, so there's our square opening. I'm just going to cut the corners out just for simplicity. So there's our square opening. All right, now the best way to go about doing this is to build this part first. So this block right here, we have to build an immovable block, and it is 1, 2, 3 back from the edge of our opening. So 1, 2, and the third block, like that. Okay, so that has to be an immovable block. You don't have to use obsidian, but it needs to be immovable. Okay, so to get the next one, the backwards one, the minimum distance is you're going to go down 1, have to go down 1, and then the minimum is back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then break these. Of course, you wouldn't want to do that out of obsidian, but that's the counting. So 2 back here, then down 1, and then the 6th block back. Okay, so let's do that one more time, because getting this counting is like super critical. So 2, and then 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's the 6th one. Okay. All right. And the next thing that you're going to want to do is right here on this obsidian block, you're going to want to place a sticky piston facing this way with a slime block on front of it. And then you're going to turn around the other way and you're going to put a sticky piston right here. And you're going to want to put a slime block right there. So you've got this sort of configuration. Okay. Now I recommend that you place another immovable block temporarily right there, just to keep this thing from moving around on you. It's a pain when it starts to move around when you don't want it to. Okay. Next, you need to place an observer facing outwards that way, so its eyes are pointed away from the flying machine. And then I did one upwards like this, so the eyes have to face up like that. Okay. And again, make sure this is put there, otherwise you're going to have this thing running all over the place. It's super irritating. Okay, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place an observer facing that way, and then another one in front of that. So probably a better idea would be to count out 2 blocks this way with the purple, or what I'm using is the purple. So this is going to be our activation redstone, and then you're going to come out 1, 2 from that. Okay, so basically like this guy is looking at this block right here, and then the one behind him is looking into his butt. That makes sense. So there's the arrows, so you can see them right there. Okay, then you're going to come out 1, 2, 3 and do the same thing where you have a piece of redstone and then an observer looking at that redstone and then one looking into that observer's butt. Sorry to be all graphic, but that's what's going on. Okay. And then you go like this. Okay. Then you want to make a little stairway downwards from that. And there's like a lot of different ways you can activate these, but this is the simplest way I've found so far. So then you're going to have a stairway going down. So 1, 2, 3 diagonally down. And then you're just going to wrap this in front of that one. And then you're going to place redstone on top of all of these like this. Okay. So now when I press the button, it's going to activate it's going to activate all of those actually, which is going to activate whichever one we really need to activate to get this thing moving. Okay. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put another sticky piston facing this way. Then you're going to want to put 4 blocks on it and make sure that you line them up so that it's going to fit with the hole here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, if you want to do that vertical door, then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be the door part of your door. Okay. And then I'm just going to go with this one. And then you're going to place whatever block you're going to use as the front of your door like that. Of course, you could use just the slime blocks, but if you want to make it like a hidden secret door, then you're going to want to do something like that. Or if you want to make it like, an obvious orange door, then you're going to want to do that. Okay. And that's pretty much it. The next thing that you're going to need to do is find a way to activate this redstone. So just for testing purposes, I'm going to place this right here. Oh, did I mention that you have to break that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Just for testing purposes, I'm going to put a button right there. Now it needs to be a stone button. That's pretty important. It can't be a wood button. Okay. And we're going to press him and he goes forward and he stops in the right place. Okay, everything is all in alignment. And then you're going to press him again. Now just a quick little note about these flying machines. Sometimes they're really irritating to build. Like you'll think you have it all lined up and then it's not quite lined up right, or you'll think you have the activation set up and it's not activating right. So if you're trying to do anything different than this, just be patient with yourself and just trial and error and you'll figure it out. I recommend building it in survival first, just to kind of get a feel for how it's going to go. And then build it in creative first to get a feel of how it's going to go. So when you build it in survival, it goes pretty smoothly. If you build it straight in survival, it might be a little bit challenging. So I'd give it a go, unless you're like really familiar with these and you're like, oh, I see what he's doing. That's super easy. Then if this is like the first flying machine device you ever built, I recommend practicing in a creative world a couple times and then going to survival. It's just trust me, it's a lot better. Okay. Then if you want to put like an input on the outside like I had, what I did is I put basically a block right there, or actually, sorry, I had the block right here, and then the button, and then underneath that, I just put some redstone like that, or a block like that, and then I just came out from there, like this, across, and then you just hook it into this purple basically. So then that would take a repeater, there it is, like that. So then you'd have a repeater there, and then you have all this redstone here, all the way back there. And depending on how far that run is, you might have to put another, what do you call it? I'm blanking. Repeater somewhere. Okay. So then when you press this button, activates it, press it again, goes back. And the same thing on the inside, like if you want to put the button, say like right here, you can't put it here, or actually I need to talk about that a little bit, but you could put like the button, say here, like that, so that you have a button on the inside, and then you can either run it like down into this line, say like this, or you could just run it straight across into here. It really doesn't matter because the input for this thing is super flexible. That's the kind of the easy part of setting up the input. All right, there are a couple more things you need to know. First of all, underneath this thing here, we have to use immovable blocks. So I used furnaces for the most part, but you can also use the terracotta. I'm trying to find a furnace. There it is. So you have to put immovable blocks like on these spots right here. Okay, and then I recommend leaving this open. If you want to fill this in, make sure that these are immovable also, like that. Okay, but on the tutorial ones, I just left these off. Okay, then the other ones, if you want to put any block on the side of this thing, then you have to make sure that these are immovable, that these are immovable. Oops, those are immovable, and anything on top is immovable. So like that has to be, and all of this has to be immovable. Otherwise, your sticky pistons are going to pick it up, and it's going to stop it. You could also go like one block higher, I guess, right here, and just leave all of this off, except for the fact that you have to have that one that I just broke be completely immovable. So this block right here, remember 2 back from that, like that, or a space of 2, so the third block has to be immovable right there, because that's what's stopping your door from going all the way through and off into space, or actually it just gets stuck on the ring and then you have to like break it all. Okay, I hope that explanation has helped. I hope I didn't over-explain, but it's kind of a tricky business to get it to work, but it's also pretty simple as far as these kinds of doors are concerned. So anyway, there you go. Well, there we go. This has been Hex. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy these little doors. I hope that maybe you'd play around with them yourself. Maybe you can use this idea to inspire you to build something even bigger and better than I built. Probably not too hard. I'm not that smart. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.